North Reading Town Hall, 235 North Street, to receive public input on selecting dates for the April and October 2008 town meeting in accordance with North Reading Home Rule Charter 2-4-1. For those who don't recall, I believe it was 2 years ago, we ran into a situation where we moved, I believe it was an October town meeting because of I think it was a Jewish holiday. And as a result of that, a subsequent April town meeting, we modified our bylaws permitting the Board of Selectmen in January, first meeting in January, to set the dates for April and October town meeting, taking into consideration special observances. With that, Mr. Bellatonis, I have not had the opportunity to check on religious holidays, and I hope that you have.
The town clerk and the town administrator recommend the annual town meeting open on April 7th, which is the traditional first Monday in April, and that the October town meeting convene on October 6th, which is the traditional first Monday in October.
Which says there's no holidays.
We're not aware of any holidays. However, there may be someone here this evening that will inform us otherwise. We've checked all of our information sources, and we can find that there are no conflicts with those dates. It is important, however, to note that if the October town meeting were to go to a second night, that would be October 9th, and that is a religious holiday. I believe it's Yom Kippur, and then you run into a conflict on the following Monday, which happens to be Columbus Day, October 13th. So in order to stick with the no quorum requirement, that would then provide that a second session of town meeting would be extended out until this Thursday, October 16th. We may not get there, but there is no conflict for that first evening.
Anybody in the audience have any input for this recommended set of dates by the town administrator? Which would be April 7th and October 6th. Hearing none, do we have a motion?
Can I close the public hearing?
What?
Close the public hearing.
I'll close the public hearing. Mr. Harris. Motion?
Mr. Chairman, in accordance with the Town of North Reading Charter 2-4-1, I move to set the dates for the 2008 town meeting as follows: April 7th, 2008, and October 6th, 2008.
Second.
Motion made by Mr. Harris, seconded by Mr. O'Leary. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Unanimous? Town administrator's report.
Did we do legal bills?
What?
Did we do legal? Legal
Yeah,
bills.
we did
Yes,
legal.
we did.
Yeah, that's right.
We did that earlier.
Yeah, we went over it. That's right. Yes, you're right.
Abby is inquiring about this tentative meeting that the superintendent of schools was going to arrange on Friday with MSBA, and whether the board members would be available. I have a conflict on that day. I'll be in the MMA conference. It's the one day of the year that I'm going to be there. If it's finalized, then I can make it. If it's kind of pie in the sky, maybe it's going to happen, maybe it's not. I'm planning on attending the conference.
What is this?
David had received from the building authorities that they wanted to have a meeting with a member of the Board of Selectmen to have administrative and the finance committee, and I guess
He hasn't got back to me on that.
they haven't, well, and what David said was we could get an answer out of them after what the meeting was about. And they did call him back to confirm it, but the question now is, can anybody go, or should we have to change?
Well,
When is it again?
What's the date?
This Friday.
I cannot
To the MMA meeting, but I'll go to that. I said I'd go to that meeting, so. Right.
Sorry for the interruption.
So we haven't heard officially, basically.
Well, I saw David at a meeting last Friday afternoon, and he asked about the real maintenance.
I'm almost,
I'm gonna call myself,
I'm almost positive I can't make it.
I
I know I can't.
cannot make it.
okay, so, yeah.
Wasn't part of my report.
No, I
It
know.
was a night of constant, since about 6:45 tonight, it's just been bombarded. I was handed, just as the meeting began, a copy of the information packet that is the affordable housing lottery information for the Edgewood apartments. And as you will recall, this was one of the items that the Department of Housing and Community Development wanted to review and approve before they would entertain receipt of the density bonus payment under the Chapter 40R project for the town. And I received it, haven't reviewed it, but I did have an opportunity to glance through some of the details that I did want to mention to the board. The application will be available here at Town Hall at the zoning board office and at the library between now and February 25th. And applications are due in on February 25th. The lottery will be held on March 12th. And there are a total of, 102 units that are part of this affordable housing lottery, a mix of 2-bedroom and 1-bedroom units. And interestingly enough, a significant portion of those units are reserved through something that we've documented and requested called local preference, which would be for residents of town or municipal and school employees of the town. Of that 102 units, about 70 are reserved through the local preference process. Someone who was here earlier tonight indicated to me that typically the lottery process starts slow. These aren't free apartments. They're a discounted rate, but they're still over $1,000 a month. And typically it takes a year or two for the apartments to fill. So conceivably the lottery will be held and not all of the units will be spoken for at that time. So there'll be additional applications that will be taken. But in the event a significant number of applications are received, there's a procedure that goes through, and that lottery again will be held here at Town Hall on October 12th, right here on Room 14. So I do have a copy of this. I'd be happy to pass it around to the board members.
Is that information going to be advertised?
Yes, it has to be advertised, and again, the application packets will be available here at Town Hall and at the library. Go back to my written report. First on my list is reporting on the telephone system here at Town Hall. As you know, we installed a new telephone system last Thursday and Friday. I think it worked out pretty well. All the employees have been trained on the operation of the telephone system, including voicemail features. The system includes voicemail for all of our department heads and employees here at Town Hall. We will be shortly beginning phase 2 of the telephone installation, which involves the library and the senior center. The one remaining issue that we do need to spend some time on before we issue a contract is procuring a means of providing conductivity from the senior center and library to the police station where the hub is being located. So we need to resolve that, and that will be a separate contract. The good news is the bids that we had issued for Town Hall and for the police station and fire station, we also asked for a bid price on the library and the senior center. So we'll be exercising those options. We'll be exercising those options and having the same system that we have in place here installed in those two facilities. So, any questions about it?
Phone numbers, that are posted on the website,
Yes.
are any of those changed, or?
For the public purposes, they will not have changed. So you can contact us by the normal means that are in the phone book. Those numbers will have full-time voicemail. So when town hall is closed, those published numbers that are in the phone book, there'll be message service available to pick up calls and take care of calls that are coming in. We do have a new block of numbers that we've been issued, but we've arranged that they'll ring off of the new set of numbers and the existing set of numbers. And the cost of retaining those old numbers is in the order of 50 cents per number per month, so it's a really small cost involved. Great.
Congratulations.
Yeah. A little later, we were ready to go before the holiday, but we wanted to wait to get our employees trained.
Well, it's exciting. It's really, brings us up into a modern age. Good.
I actually had someone call me 2 weeks ago, saying, I've been trying to get hold of town hall, there's no one answering the phone. I said, I'll try it in a week or so.
Yeah.
I said, at least you'll get a voicemail,
Go ahead and call me, because
They were surprised that they didn't have a voicemail, David.
Does the system allow you to opt out of the message center and get to
Yes.
an operator?
Yes.
Hitting 0 when it goes to voicemail, it goes to ringing
Yes.
at some other desk?
And there are also exceptions that we have. There are some offices where there are 3 or 4 employees that are responsible for picking up a ringing phone. So before it goes to voicemail, it'll ring on someone else's desk.
Okay.
And so in those situations, voicemail is maybe the 3rd option or the 4th option. The first, second, and third options are all live people that are sitting at desks.
That's
What we
great.
want to avoid is that voicemail is a reason not to pick up a ringing phone. If someone is busy, someone's away from the desk on another line, the building is closed, then voicemail is very appropriate. But to have it substitute for someone picking up the phone live, there's no substitute to that, and we want to do away from that.
And people have been instructed that they're to check their mail every day and voicemail every day and
Yeah,
respond quickly.
it's a bit of a challenge because everyone has responsibility for, they all went through training.
Yes.
And they're all given an opportunity to set up their message boxes.
Mhm.
And some have done so and done so diligently, and others are still learning the process. But the main emphasis is that everyone will have it.
That's great.
Everyone has to have it. It's not an option.
And there's a flag on the phone, it's got a voicemail, right?
Yeah, it does some pretty neat stuff. I'll show it to you sometime, but it's pretty good in terms of what it offers. Impressive, considering where we were at before.
Yes.
Number 2, just an update on the GIC. I'm going to be attending a meeting of the Insurance Advisory Commission next week, and it's specifically for the purpose of introducing the GIC health insurance program. A representative from the GIC will be present here at Town Hall, and he'll be presenting information to our unions and to our employees about the advantages of the GIC. This is a follow-up to the meeting that we had earlier with the Insurance Advisory Committee, which convened in December to review health insurance options with our present carrier, Blue Cross Blue Shield of Massachusetts. I think I might have mentioned to a couple of members, what I found that was very encouraging from that meeting that we had in December is Blue Cross Blue Shield is prepared to offer North Reading, and I'm sure other communities, competitively priced health insurance programs that are similar to what the GIC has. So not only are we looking at the GIC, we may be looking at Blue Cross Blue Shield, and certainly this is a situation where competition will benefit the town ultimately.